Hey, I hope you had a happy Easter. Today we got a lot of sports to discuss. Plus, I want to give you my review of this new documentary about QAnon. We got like all kinds of stuff. And hey, I can say stuff a few more. You know what? Let's go.
Live from the BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck, hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack, starring Oliver the Cat, written by Barry Laminack, produced by Barry Laminack, directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack, featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
What's up, you damn dirty deckheads? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for being here. Today is Monday, April 5th, 2021, and this is episode number 225 of this raggedy ass show. Hey, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you all had a fantastic and wonderful Easter. I hope that you got to relax a little bit and, drink and eat and hang out with the family and hide eggs with the kids and whatever it is you guys do that have little rugrats running around. It's always a good weekend on Easter, right? Because it's something different. I feel like Easter happens at a really good time. It's family friendly, but there's still some drinking and barbecuing and all that stuff. It's an underrated holiday. I feel like Easter is. It is a very underrated holiday. So I hope you had a good one. Lots to discuss today. It's a very sportsy Monday. I have some stuff that's non-sports. But we do have a shit ton of sports to talk about, specifically since this show is based in Houston. I'm just going to tell you, if you're not an Astros fan, well, you may not like the next 15 minutes or so, because I'm about to talk so much shit for all you Astros hating ass fools out there. It's 4 games. We're not going to get all that excited, to be honest with you. Now, I'm not on pace guy, but I don't give a shit who you are. What happened this weekend was, to borrow a word from my buddy Joe Blank, it was phenomenal. All right, let's do this, though. Before we get rolling into this show, we always start off with the chat. And we haven't done as many shout outs as we usually do. So I need to get back into that a little bit. But Luis Zelaya, greatest deckhead in the world today for the next 2 hours or so. Because first in the chat. Now, didn't get the triple crown. I'm sorry to tell you, Alan Denson, Congo blocked the ever-loving shit out of you, Luis. But good to see a moderator getting in here. It used to be there was a run for Reverend Lord Chris Householder III, where it was every day he was getting first. And then he finally had to let you hoes get it so you'd stop crying. Now, I don't want to hear any of this conspiracies about Luis Zelaya, who's also a moderator, getting first. And y'all can all go to hell. This ain't 8chan and this ain't QAnon, all right? There is no conspiracies happening here. So Luis Zelaya, congratulations, greatest deckhead in the world. And of course, my guy Alan Denson went to Congo Block. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. Speaking of the chat, let's do this. I see Steven the Weather Guy was so close with the second. Keith Sager's here. VB's in the building. Justice Swinford, he said mod power. See, it goes immediately. Justin never said anything, and now look, it's all in his head because he's a moderator. What's up, Cece? Who else is here? Donna, I love your new avatar, sweetie. Go Astros. D-Mod is in the building. I'm not going to bring it up until Friday when I'm supposed to, but you guys, D-Mod is setting a whole new level on Patreon. We're going to talk about it on Friday. D-Mod, though, buddy, thank you. Here's Steven the Weather Guy's weather update. Current conditions at BiffNet World Headquarters. 76 degrees, 2.57 degrees, mostly cloudy, 100% chance I'm still catching the show during my first day at work. Yes! Way to get fired. Okay, please wear headphones. I really don't want you to get fired, Uzi. Congratulations on the gig, though. That was dope. What's up, Francisco Abarca, SVG, Ray? What's up, homies? Like I haven't seen you in forever. Just hung out with Ray yesterday. We had good times. Flies had sex on his hood. There's fly cum everywhere. It's a whole thing. Uriel Villanueva, what's up, Playboy? Welcome back to the fold. Rudolph Rodriguez, sanitize, wash hands, social distance. TDP in the building. Stephen Luther, Rev House, Aaron Little, Aaron J. Bryant. Donna, do you have 2 accounts? I see that. Like, did you change? Like, there's one Donna. I'm so confused. There's another Donna. Well, it doesn't matter. The more the merrier. What's up, Fidel and Marcia? Sylvia, what's up, sweetie? Matt Poche, Shelby. By the way, our newest member of the Patreon, which we will officially announce on Friday. Welcome to the show, Shelby. Welcome to the Patreon movement. And it's nice to have you on a live one. It is. Get ready. It's going to be weird. It always is. It's always awkward, Shelby, when it's live. But you guys, welcome Shelby to the live show. It's good to have you, sweetie. Wallace, Virginia Bunweed, I got already. Chuck, what's up, Playboy? Billy Keller is here. Mimi, what's up, girl? Okay, let's do this. Terrence with the... Terrence Cartwright is here. What's up, man? Yeah, go Astros. Living that life. Jen is here. Tony Garza, Matthew Carruthers. Okay. Now, let's get to... I don't know where I really want to start first. Here's the thing. I watched this documentary on QAnon, and I am absolutely riveted by the whole thing. So I'm not going to let it consume me for all 2 hours of this show. So let's just start off with a big old fuck you to baseball as we talk about the Houston Astros. I'm going to get to the headlines and all that, don't worry. But can we all just take a moment to revel in the greatness that is this 4-game series on the road in Oakland against the division winners from last year? The Astros just went in and absolutely, and excuse my French here, but absolutely just put their dick on the table and just said, okay, you know what? We know we're going to get booed. We know you guys don't like us. And guess what? Last year was last year. This year is this year. And we're not going to give a shit about that anymore. We'll see if this holds up. I am a bit skeptical. I'm not going to lie to you. They are not going to maintain this pace. There's no way they hit the ball this well, obviously, over the course of 162 games. Here's why this weekend was so important. It's not going to last forever. They're all going to go through slumps. They're going to come back down to earth a little bit. But here is why this weekend was so important. They got off to a good start, but this team is playing with confidence. I think already Offensive Player of the Year goes to Jose Altuve for tagging up from third and scoring on what amounts to an infield fly rule pop fly. But that moment, and there were a few other moments, but that moment is when I knew as an Astros fan, this team's going to be okay this year. They're not going to win a World Series. They don't have the pitching to compete with the Dodgers. I don't think that I think they can hit with the Yankees, but I still think the Yankees are the best team in the American League. But I think this team is scary. I think they can get back to the American League Championship Series. I think they can give the Yankees a run for their money, especially if they get the kind of bullpen efficiency that they got. Now, you had a couple of guys here and there, but overall, my big takeaway isn't the offense. We knew they were going to hit. It's not even necessarily the starting pitching. They were young, but they were the work that the bullpen did this weekend has, if you are an Astros fan, that needs to be the reason you're excited about this team. Not Jordan and Altuve's back and smiling and having fun and Bregman is swaggering with his big old manly sweaty muscles. That got sexual. I don't know what happened there. The reason you should be excited, Astros fans, is that bullpen looked good. Will it hold up? I don't know. We're going to find out. But having Joe Smith back certainly helps, okay? This is a team that if they get solid contributions from their bullpen, we know they're going to hit. We know that. If they get solid contributions from their bullpen, and once Odorizzi's back into the mix, when you got a solid 3, this could be a team that I'm not going to say they coast to a division title, but watch out if that bullpen holds up like it did this weekend. Very excited to see that from them. Hey, Virginia Bunweed, thank you for the $25 super chat, my friend. Oh, we're doing shots already? I can't, okay, yeah, you ain't gotta tell me twice, Playboy. You do not have to tell me twice about doing shots. by the way, shout out, fuck Ted Cruz. You don't have to ask me twice to do a shot, my friend. Thank you for the super chat again. Your generosity is great. What did it say again? I just saw shots and said, fuck it, let's go. Yeah, you're right, Fidel. It's a lamb bomb, bitches. It says, let's go. Also, we need golfers. Hit me or CC up on the Discord. We need a deckhead team. Let's do that. I would, look, okay, here's the deal. And I said this on the Discord, I would actually join you guys for the ESPN 97.5 golf tournament. That would be super weird. Like, it would be awkward for me. It would be awkward for them. I mean, I like playing golf. I'm not a great golfer. I enjoy golfing. I'm not terrible. At my heyday, I was shooting. I mean, my best game, I think, was an 83 or an 84. At my heyday, I was shooting low 90s every time I went out. That wasn't terrible. Not a great golfer. But it would be super awkward. CC said, we would be drunk. How would that be awk? Because Fidel's good at putt-putt. Maybe Fidel could be y'all's, like in football, you got a designated, what is it? All-time QB. Remember that when you played football in the neighborhood, you had an all-time QB. P for K, pass for kick. Then you had like DH, and you had what was the term in kickball when you had someone that would just run because the other kid was too fat, or maybe had a broke leg or something. I don't remember what it was. I just look. Oh, you raggedy bitch. No, Chuck, all 18. All right, I wasn't awful at golf at one point. I was literally playing 6 days a week. I wasn't awful, and that was just, no, not a pinch runner. They used to have another name for it. I don't remember what it was. Anyways, you guys go join that because I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And y'all always ask me, oh, do you hate ESPN? I love that. That's my family. All right. I still love those guys. I mean, me and AJ aren't as close as we used to be. Let's be honest. I don't hear, it's weird. I never hear from him. But I still love Joel and I still love Nick. Those are still my guys and my family over there. Everybody that I do hear from. I hold no grudges against ESPN. So you guys should definitely go play. You guys should definitely get a team and enjoy it. I just won't because to borrow a word from CC, be super awk. But cheers anyways and good luck with it. And thank you again for the super chat. Lamb bomb, bitches. Oh, 215 with the JMO. Aw, that's sweet. Well, I guess he's just too big time to call me. Actually, you know what? When I have major life events, he does check in. I can't lie. I shan't be lying. I think he may have messaged me on Christmas. And then when something happened, he was like, you all right? And I was like, yeah, I'm good. So, but I do hear from Joel and Nick all the time, like family. So, yeah, it's dope. And I encourage you guys to get in there, mix it up, get you a squad and go golf with them. And it's going to be good. And it's good to have Mr. Jones in the building. What's up, Christopher Jones? Said, missed you, deckheads, even Barry a little bit. You raggedy bitch. Back to the Astros. I do want to point out one more thing about this Astros team. And this is a concern I have a little bit. 4 games in, you don't have to worry about it. One more thing I want to point out that I want you guys to keep an eye on. Don't think I'm crazy and don't think I'm nitpicking, but how Dusty Baker handles this pitching staff, this could all implode on them by the end of the year. All right, Dusty is known as a guy who will wear his pitchers out a little bit. I want to remind you that that's not a good thing when you have a guy like Lance McCullers who has been injury prone and he's coming off Tommy John surgery. And I know they're going to have him on a pitch count and everything like that. But look, it's not just Lance. It's a lot of these cats. I worry about how this team's going to hold up over the long term of the season with Dusty at the helm. Maybe Brent Strom is the guy that he leans on and trusts on when to bring guys out, how often they should pitch and so forth. But you saw the bullpen was used a lot this weekend. And necessarily because the starters didn't give you more than 6. I think that was the longest any of the starters went was 6. Am I correct? I think Greinke went 6. Everybody else went 5 or less. But I'm not making a big deal out of this, Tony. Yeah, Belak. Yep. Exactly. And I'm not making a huge deal out of this, Tony. I'm just telling you, Astros fans, keep an eye on it. When you start hearing about, pitcher A going to the IL for 10 days out of elbow soreness or whatever, and dead arm is a thing, and I worry that might be a thing for this squad, especially given 2020 and how that wasn't as much work as they're normally getting in a full season. So just keep an eye on it is all I'm going to say. What happened to KD? What happened to KD? Shut up. What happened to KD? What's up, Shock? How about them O's? Ha yeah. Baltimore out here leading the division early. It's not going to last. What happened? Why does KD need to be free? Did I miss something? Pete Jones wants to know how much to get you to play in the tourney. No, fam. I appreciate that. No. It just would be too weird. It would just be too weird. What is this? Stuff that would be such, no, okay. What happened? What did I miss with KD? Why is KD in timeout? Andy Huggins said too quick a hook, in my opinion. You thought Dusty was too quick to pull his starters? I don't know. I think I would, Andy, that's always been a knock on Dusty is how he overutilizes his pitching. That's going to just be something to keep an eye on. Is KD not here? Oh, hold on. I got to go unban KD on the YouTubes right now. Hold on. This is not okay. You guys actually banned him? Yesterday, by the way, was a lot of fun. Friday was a lot of fun. That third hour, oh my gosh. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. It was super fun. Let's see here. I got to go to my YouTube settings because you guys, y'all legitimately banned KD. That's not okay. I'm going to free him right now. Hold on. Oh, he said Step Up was a Christmas movie. This is like, wow, I didn't realize you guys actually banned the dude. Community. Here we go. There he is, Chris Davis in the banned pile, along with OU Mike and several other people. Who else is over here that I need to free? Oh, some of them fucking OnlyFans whores. Get out of here, you dumb hoes. All right, we're good. Save. KD is freed. Can somebody let KD know he's not banned anymore? You guys stop doing that. 5-minute timeout is one thing. No banning unless you give my approval first, please. Please. It's too much. Okay, let's get to the sports headlines. We got to get to these because there is plenty to discuss. We're not freeing the OnlyFans whores. Yeah, it was like Easter for KD. He was gone for 3 days and now he's back. Drew Holiday signed a 4-year extension with the Bucks. Good for the Bucks, I guess. I don't know. Nationals can resume activities if you didn't. Katie said he felt like Han Solo in the Carbon Present. I'm sorry that happened to you, Katie. That was never my intention. I don't think you should have been banned. 5-minute timeout, yes, for sure. Banned, nah, it's a little heavy. These mods are a little heavy-handed. Listen, you got to be okay with it, though. I don't want to neuter these guys so that they are not able to do what they need to do. Every once in a while, they maybe fire off an extra shot than they need to. But I appreciate you bringing it to my attention. He's free now. Hey, Pete Jones, thank you for the super chat. Very nice of you. Sending a $10 super chat. He said, go play with CC and VB and rep for the deckheads. Make it hella awk. That's a long time to make it awkward. If it was one of those things where you walk in, you're just like, oh, hey, remember me? You guys fired me when we had the #1 show in the city and then your ratings aren't okay. Yeah, all right. That's one thing. But when it's like, hey, you guys remember me? Okay. Hi. Yeah, I don't know what to talk about. What do you guys? So how's it been going? Yeah, I don't want to do that. I look, for my own personal sanity, I don't want to sit there. It's like, this would be like going to the movies with an ex. Right? Like, she's like, I just want to hang out with you because I still enjoy your company. And it's like, no, I'm not. No, I don't want to do that. That's awkward. I'm still trying to get them guts at the end of the night. No. I just want to just hang out. I look, if we can't go all the way, then go watch the movie by yourself. I'm not trying to do that. Oh, did I ban KD? Yeah, DeMata was banned for 3 days. No, trust me, they don't miss me. If they missed me, they would have called me. I mean, I know that they're... I know why they didn't, but... Yeah. Start recruiting their talent for BiffNet. No, that's not. That you want to know the difference? Do you want to know why Justin Swinford, I would not recruit anybody from ESPN 97.5? Do you want to know the real reason? Do you want to know why I wouldn't recruit anyone from that station to BiffNet? It's because I don't have any money. How are you going to compete? They get checks. Terrence is like, I don't want to keep my damn mouth shut. Oh, that would be really awkward. Barry, Raheel, me, and Gilbert. Whoa, that would be like a super awkward. Yeah, no, that's not. No, I'm not recruiting anybody because they're all drawing paychecks. Between Jen and myself, we make a $0 take home pay on this. Like literally, I'm still dumping every penny back into the show. So it's not like I could even pay them. I can't even pay Jen. I can't pay myself. I'm trying to keep this show and grow it. So it's just not a thing. It's a nice thought, though. Anyways, back to the headlines. Come on, guys. Stay on track. Drew Holiday signed a 4-year extension with the Bucks. Good for both of them, I guess. The Nationals can now resume activities. If you didn't hear, Nationals Mets got postponed. The Nationals initially had 5 guys test positive for COVID. 4 of them were players. 1 of them were not. Then that started to spread. They ended up having to cancel the entire series, but now they can resume activities and start their season on Tuesday, so that's a good thing. Francis Ngannou wants to box Tyson Fury, and all I can say is if you're not a boxer, don't box. No one gives a fat shit, Francis Ngannou, that you want to be a boxer. Literally no one gives a shit. The only way that I want to see you transfer is if you come from kickboxing or you come from Muay Thai or you're a wrestler and not a Brock Lesnar WWE, I do wrestling, fake ass wrestling shit. I'm talking about legitimate D1 Olympic wrestlers going to MMA. But all you weirdos, you know what Francis Ngannou going to boxing is like? It's like Jeremy Piven doing stand-up. I don't need to see that shit. I don't need to see Mick Foley doing Jake the Snake Roberts doing stand-up. I don't need to see a bunch of these cats that do MMA go to boxing. I don't need to see it. No one wants to see that. It's garbage. And I promise you, when you watch it, it'll be garbage. I promise you that. No one wants to watch that shit. Now that would get Clint Sterner to be on your team. Holy shit, that would be hilarious. If he infiltrated the 97.5 golf tournament, that would be outstanding. No. And guess what? BiffNet's never going to want Pivens. I mean, seriously. Andy's here. Andy will tell you. Ask Andy what he thinks about guys like Jeremy Piven doing stand-up. Andy don't give a shit. But Andy will tell you the truth. It is offensive to guys like Andy Huggins who have been doing this their entire life and have grinded out a wonderful career. It is offensive to guys like that a guy like Jeremy Piven or whatever would just be like, yeah, I did 10 minutes and just for laughs on a moment's notice that I had a comedian write for me. I can do this. And that's the equivalent of Francis Ngannou going, I punch people. I could go do boxing. Let me explain to you. There is a huge difference between MMA and boxing. It is not even close to the same thing. It is not even close. And I will tell you that it is probably easier to go from boxing to MMA than it would be to go from MMA to boxing. Though I'm sure people would argue with me because you have so much more that you have to learn coming from boxing. But boxing is so precise. And it is so much different. I mean, MMA striking, yeah, you use some boxing and the stance is different, but you still use some techniques and this, that, and the other. But it is totally different. It's like going from improv to stand-up. It's not the same. You're getting laughs, but it ain't the same shit. Okay? Just not. So I don't want to hear it. No. Yeah, now that I'm here for. I would like to see Ngannou versus Jones. I would also like to see the winner fight Derek Lewis. I'm here for all that. Yep. Boxing footwork is way more complex. The stance is different. Everything is different when it comes to, you have less to worry about, but more to consider, if that makes any sense. No. I did a show with, so I didn't do any of these shows with like Jake the Snake or Mick Foley. I did do a show with Jeremy Pivens. But I did a show with the guy. He was a celebrity. He was an actor. I forget what he was. He was famous way back in the day, and it was awful. It was awful. And I can only imagine that that's what boxing would be like watching Francis Ngannou. He was an old child actor that everyone loved. It was like he was like Eddie from Leave It to Beaver, Eddie Haskell or some shit. I don't remember who the fuck it was. It was terrible. It was in some small ass town in Oklahoma. It was garbage ass shit. And trust me when I tell you that even if you are fans of these cats, even if you're a huge Mick Foley fan, when you go to the Improv and you watch him, you're like, okay, if you went for comedy, you are going to be sadly disappointed. Now, if you're just going for, I don't give a fuck if he's funny, I just want to hear stories and pay $50 for the meet and greet to get a picture with one half of the Rock and Sock Connection, okay, you'll be fine. But if you are legitimately going to laugh, none of these cats that cross over into comedy are going to make you laugh. I promise you that. They're terrible. It is disrespectful to the profession. The man has spoken. And let me explain something to you, chat. Let me be real. I don't know why I leaned in like that. Serious talk time. Boxers feel the same way. You guys do realize that, right? When you guys are chanting for these crossover moments, well, we want to see Brock Lesnar go from the WWE to the UFC and then go back and then come back again. And what about Kurt Angle? He was in the Olympics. Maybe he should come over. Do you know how fucking disrespectful that is to people that have trained their entire life in MMA in order to get that shot, and now they get bumped by some fuckface from another promotion? It's the same shit in comedy. There are comedians that have fucking tried to, get opportunities their entire goddamn comedy life. And then along comes some fuckface who was famous on a show and goes, ha, I can be funny, and bumps everybody back. That's why it's disrespectful. Plus, it's disrespectful to think that you could do something that a lot of people have been fucking grinding out their entire life to perfect and get better at. Paying their dues, doing it the right way, and then along you come because you have experienced success in something that's adjacent to what you do. And see, you don't know if I'm talking about boxing and MMA or comedy and acting, do you? Because it's all the same fucking thing. So when Francis Ngannou says, I want to be a boxer, it's Jeremy Piven say, I want to be a comedian. It ain't right. It's not what you've trained for. And now you're fucking up every other boxer's opportunities that should be getting the spot that you're going to fill. See? Yes, I've heard of Diamond Dallas Page Yoga. Also, he's one of the relievers out of the bullpen for the Astros. Brock was a UFC champ. There's an exception to every rule. I didn't say there wasn't. Brock was also a legitimate D1 wrestler, which is probably the best base in MMA. If you are a legitimate wrestler, you don't even have to be the best striker in the world. As long as you have a legitimate wrestling base, which is part of MMA, mixed martial arts, wrestling, karate, boxing, Muay Thai, jiu-jitsu, taekwondo. Most of those cats get their ass whooped. Don't ever let somebody tell you taekwondo makes them tough. I'd fight a taekwondo guy like that. Fuck them hoes. But I'm telling you, he had a legitimate pedigree. He just went the route of professional wrestling. But he came up with one of the best bases in MMA and being the best at that base. So I wouldn't even say that Brock Lesnar is the exception to the rule, simply because had he chosen not to go the WWE route, he could have legitimately went the MMA route anyways because of his work on the ground and how good he was at what he did in D1 wrestling. So I'm going to say that's the exception to the rule. What I will say is a guy like fucking The Rock going to MMA. Now we're talking, okay, let's see how good he does. Throwing fake punches versus real punches is a big fucking difference. Huge difference. I wouldn't say that. I think he had a cup of coffee on a tryout. No, fam. We're not going to put Brock in the NFL. And again, you guys are saying Brock is the exception. He's not, though, for the reasons I just explained. He's not, because he was legitimately trained in the base of wrestling. This isn't a thing where Brock was always a WWE guy and then came over to MMA and the UFC and had success. It's not the case. So give me another guy. Give me a James Toney. How well did he do fighting, what was it? Who did James Toney fight? I forget who it was. It's different. It's a lot different on both sides. Yeah. Okay, let's settle down. You guys are acting like the motherfucker made the Pro Bowl. Let's all calm down. It's like, well, The Rock played college. Okay, everyone calm the fuck down. It wasn't that big of a deal. Okay. Pretty decent example. Ronda Rousey, see, here's the thing. Judo is one of those mixed martial arts. Ronda Rousey was a fucking gold medal world-class judoka. Like, she was fucking legitimately, her judo is literally, there are few people, men or women, better in the world in judo than Ronda Rousey. That's how good her judo was. And judo is one of those that I didn't mention, but it is part of wrestling, Muay Thai, boxing, jiu-jitsu. Judo combines, the judo with jiu-jitsu. Like, you'll see arm bars in judo all the time. So Ronda Rousey is another one. Her base was there. I like how the chat's just like throwing names at. Was it Randy Couture? No, yeah, it was Randy Couture. James Toney, Randy Couture. Yeah, that's a good one. Already doesn't suck at MMA, but he is what he is. Okay, let's keep going. I know we're boring all the non-MMA folks, and I don't want to do that. So did I get through all the headlines? Oh, no, I didn't. We got off sidetrack because of Francis Ngannou is an attention whore and wants to fight Tyson Fury, which, by the way, if you want to know my 2 pennies on it, he'll get his ass whooped. Tyson Fury would piece Francis Ngannou up in a boxing match, period. End of story. Don't at me, hoes. The Reds' Nick Castellanos was suspended for 2 games for sparking a brawl. When a play at the plate, he was safe. He stood up. He flexed over the pitcher. Yadier Molina took exception to that. The bench is cleared, and it was a baseball fight. And I use the word fight literally loosely because no punches were thrown. It was a lot of, hey, man, back the fuck up. You back. What? Somebody hold me back. I don't want to fight. It was a typical sports fight. Everybody was looking for somebody to hold them back. It's no big deal, but he lost 2 games. It's the Reds. It's a day. Nobody gives a shit. But it was a headline. Also, Texas Governor Greg Abbott says he will not throw out the first pitch because he is booty hurt because baseball moved the All-Star Game out of Georgia because they disagreed with what Georgia has passed as far as voting requirements in the state. So let's discuss that as our next topic here on Barry on Deck. I'm trying to get your slide up for you. This whole voting thing is interesting and how it relates to the All-Star Game. If you don't know what's going on here, Georgia, and again, I try. I know some of y'all have unfollowed me on Twitter and you stopped watching this show, and I don't know why I'm talking to you because you're not hearing this right now because you don't follow me, you don't watch this and whatever. But a lot of people have followed me because I'll be making political statements on my Twitter account, which I will never stop doing. I have the right to be political just like the rest of you. Everybody in this fucking country that lives here has the right to be into politics. Don't at me, hoes. Go fuck yourselves. You may not agree with me, but if you unfollow me because of that, well, you're the puss, not me. Okay? And there are a ton of you that disagree with me that still rock with me to this day, and I love you because you're adults, and you know that we can disagree and still be friends. I have tons of friends that I disagree with. Here's the thing. I don't know exactly what's going on because, quite honestly, I don't get into politics a lot of times. What I think is happening is that Georgia is locking down requirements on voting. I know I've heard Biden say that this is Jim Crow 2021. And I know that I hear Republicans saying, what's wrong with having an ID to vote? I tend to agree with that. As I've told you guys a million bajillion times, I fall right in the middle of the political spectrum. But I have no problem with everyone needing a legal U.S. ID in order to vote. So what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Explain to me where that's an issue and we can discuss it. But if you're telling me that everybody is up in arms because Georgia wants to require people to have an ID to be able to vote, I don't see why that's an issue. Now, I know there are other things like the water and the lines, and there's probably other shit I'm missing. But if this all boils down to making people have a state or federal ID in order to be able to vote in state and federal elections, I don't see what the problem is. I got no problem with that. Okay, and you guys are saying it's not what it's about. Fine. Very good. Much more changes than that. Okay, that's good. This is all that I looked into it, okay? Because I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm so sick of politics. I'm so tired of talking about this shit and arguing with people and people calling me names because I have opinions. And I just was like, fuck, man, I just checked out on politics after the election. Done. And then this came up and I'm like, well, now there's this sports politics crossover. But again, I really don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, Major League Baseball has the right to say, no, fam, we're not going to do that. If you'll recall, basketball did the same thing in North Carolina, was it? They pulled their All-Star Game out of Charlotte because of the bathroom bill. These sports franchises have the right to do this. Here's the amazing thing. And this is going to, now I've said what I've said about, everybody should have a fucking an ID to be able to vote in this country, and there's no problem with that. And I know a lot of you that align with the right are like, fuck yeah, Barry, let's go! But wait, there's more lamb bomb for you. All of you that are saying boycott baseball, boycott Coke, and boycott Delta are the same ones that bitch and cry and moan about cancel culture. So what's it going to be? Are we canceling baseball or are we not? Are you with or are you against cancel culture? You can't be that selective and say, everybody wants to get canceled. Let's all be this. And then when this shit happens, you're like, cancel baseball. No, fam, it don't work like that. You're going to have to fucking pick a side. Okay? Are you for cancel culture or are you against it? Because if you're against it, I don't want to hear you saying that we need to boycott and cancel people. I'm going to need you to pack up all your shit, shut the fuck up, and get out of town. It don't work like that. You cannot have it both ways. And that goes for everybody. Democrat, Republican, if you're talking about canceling, man, fuck these people, we got to cancel them because they're crazy, and you're on the left, and then this shit happens, you're like, you can't cancel baseball. Nope, shut the fuck up. Both sides are crazy people. Both sides. This is why I'm fucking so checked out on politics. It is nothing but double speak and fucking, what is the word I'm looking for? Hypocrisy. It's double speak and hypocrisy. You can't cancel that. Cancel them. You can't cancel me. Cancel them. I don't like canceling except them. Fuck them. I'm canceling them. It's both sides. It's shitty. It's terrible. The fact of the matter is, baseball has the right to move the All-Star Game wherever they want for whatever reason they want. If you don't like it, don't watch baseball. But also, don't complain to me when something else happens and you bitch about cancel culture. If you were like, oh, fuck the NFL, they're letting these players kneel. I'll never wear Nike again because you can't have the Betsy Ross flag on there. You're just as guilty for cancel culture. I just want you to know that. I'm not going through the chat. I just want you all to know I'm not gonna read through the chat because I'm sure it's all politics. And I don't give a shit. I'm just telling you this. I'm hearing people whine about cancel baseball, cancel Coke, and cancel Delta. And I need those people to shut the fuck up. I also need everyone that's saying that this is, all fucked up. If you think having an ID to vote in this country or in your state is wrong, you're a moron. Now, all the other stuff, I saw somebody say there's 6 to 8 other things. I don't know about those. And quite honestly, at this moment in my life, personally, I don't give a fuck. Everybody get an ID. Everybody vote legally. Everybody vote and shut the fuck up. That's where I'm at. That is legitimately especially after all this QAnon shit that I've watched. Boy, if you didn't like this first hour and me going off, wait till we talk about this QAnon fucking movie, this documentary. Oh my God. I was watching this like, what? We're going to talk about that QAnon. It's called Q Into the Storm. It's a documentary on HBO Max. We'll talk about that in hour number 2 of the show. We're going to get to more sports right now. Right after I tell you guys about Dan's Seafood and Wings. Look, guys, it's crawfish season. I know you love crawfish. I know you do. You live in the South. It's part of the rules. Like, you can't live down here and not love crawfish. If you want the best crawfish in the city of Houston, get your booty on over to Dan's Seafood and Wings. Go to eatadans.com for both locations. One's on the southwest side of town on South Kestner. One's on the northeast side of town on Uvalde Road. All the food is fresh. All of it delicious. You're going to love it. Cece loves Dan's. Look, right there. Donna loves Dan's. Francisco loves Dan's. Fidel Limon loves Dan's. I'm telling. Nora loves Dan's. I love Dan's. Ray Lucio and the crew out there love Dan's. Guys, I don't know how else to tell you this. If you have not tried Dan's, you need to do that right now. Go to eatadans.com. Find those locations. Check out the menu. All of it's amazing and delicious. And I've been giving you this pro tip during crawfish season. I will continue to do it. Make sure you mix the boiled spicy shrimp with the crawfish. Mwah! Chef's kiss. It's amazing. Here's some of the options they have for you, too. They've got garlic butter seasoning for your crawfish. They've got mild, medium, extra spicy. You're never going to be disappointed with it. Francisco loves the lo mein. So try that, too, while you're there. But look, go to eatatdans.com or check them out on Instagram, eatatdans. The food is amazing. The food is delicious. You're going to love it. I promise you that. Service is amazing. They give discounts to the military, and every time a decade has gone there, they have absolutely said they've loved it. So try it out. Dan's Seafood and Wings. It's eatatdans.com. While you're online, do me a favor, mosey on over to the Why Factor. Why? Because you're probably sick of having babies. Okay, maybe that was aggressive. Here's the deal. Okay, March was their Finish the Job campaign, and we're just out of March, but I still want to remind you, maybe you want to give your partner a break when it comes to birth control. Maybe you guys are like, look, Scout's honor, this legitimately just happened to me. Nora came into the bedroom this weekend and goes, hey, maybe you should consider getting a vasectomy so I don't have to take birth control anymore. These are conversations that people have. And if you have had this conversation with your wife or significant other, maybe it's time that you go to theyfactor.com and sign up for their no scalpel vasectomy. 15 minutes, you're done. You're back to work the next day. No needles, no scalpels. Time to finish the job. It's painless. Ask House. House is a great, he can answer all your questions. He did it through the Y Factor. He said it was painless. There was a little bit of minor discomfort, but that was it. They communicated with him exceptionally, both before and after the operation. They don't treat you like a number. They treat you like a person. I have gone there several times for several different things. So now that Nora's bringing up the old V word, you bet your booty I'm going to get out there to the Y Factor. Check them out. It's theyfactor.com, theyfactor.com. Call them 832-210-2556. 832-210-2556. It's theyfactor.com. Finish the job. Okay. Tony, you're such a jerk. He said, how does House have sex when he's 24/7 on Call of Duty? Now, see, listen, you can do both. I just unplugged my headphones. You can absolutely have sex with women. I mean, not while you're playing Call of Duty. One gets in the way of the other, but yeah. Oh, this is what we need to cancel, property taxes. Don't get me started. What a sham that is. But here's, back to this Cobb County story. The thing is that they're saying that the county itself is going to lose $100 million. Here's a quote from the Cobb County Travel and Tourism Department. They said this event would have directly, the All-Star Game, the MLB All-Star Game in Atlanta, this event would have directly impacted our county and the state as visitors spend their dollars on local accommodations, transportation, entertainment, and recreation, food, and retail throughout the county. This would have been a big boost to Cobb businesses and help with recovery after COVID-19. Well, first of all, welcome to the club. Everybody could use an all-star game in their county to help boost the economy because of a pandemic. So don't sit there and cry to the rest of the country that, look, I'm sorry. We're all suffering. Okay. the thing I will say is this. After this happens, you have planning that goes into place as soon as it's announced. And people start counting that money. They're like, okay, we got to ramp up. We're going to make this much money. So people, this money's already spent. They're like, hell yeah. But I think the pressure got too much for baseball. When you have sponsors like Coke, like Delta, like some of these other companies that actually spend money on to advertise in baseball, saying, look, our people, our consumers don't like this. You need to do something about it. That's the way the world works. Whether you agree or disagree with it, at the end of the day, consumer dollars actually do win. And we've been seeing that a lot lately. I think there's some companies like Coca-Cola that didn't want to come out against this voting rights bill and everything in their own state. They probably don't give a shit. But when consumers are saying they're not going to buy your product unless you do something, you really have no choice. If the movement is that big, let's walk it way back to the NFL. Remember when people there was, bunch of folks were saying they'll never buy Nikes again because of the Betsy Ross flag thing. Nike was like, because that wasn't their demo, right? The people that were saying they weren't going to buy Nike shoes didn't buy a lot of Nike shoes. So Nike was like, you know what? We'll be okay if you don't buy those dad shoes and mall walkers. We're okay. But when the average consumer is saying, hey, Coke, you need to do something, or we'll try Pepsi, Coke's going to do something. That's what's happening here. This is a mix between business and politics and sports. And it gets crazy and convoluted. And I do feel bad for the businesses in Cobb County. It does suck. Trust me, it does suck. However, this is the reason that these things get done is you need to hold your politicians accountable if this is the result of their decisions. I mean, you really have nobody to be mad at or thank except the people that are running your state, and you chose them. Cisco said the people that swore off Nikes are the ones that rock the all-white New Balances. God, if I ever get there. Oh, my God, if I ever get to that point. What is this? Is House not even here right now to defend himself? Are you guys talking about... Oh, there he is. I like KD's thinking. Can we get to 50 likes? Let's go, fam. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, do it, you raggedy bitch. What are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on that bell. Do all those thingies that you're supposed to do on the YouTubes. 600. What happened? What's 600? I missed it. Paul, I'm going to tend to agree with you. I mean, I'm Diet Coke till I die. Right there. That's it. Diet Coke till I die. By the way, I'm repping that Crystal Collins Queen Bee Spice Cozy. All right, let's keep rolling with some sports. We're going to get to a break in a second. Hey, sorry to tell you, I don't have a new break video. You're going to have to watch the one from Friday. Okay? It's Barry on Sports. Some of you might have missed it. It was a light day on Friday because of Easter. You can deal with it. But back to the sports topics. I did also want to talk about the NFL coaching hot seats. This report came out. Who did this? Sportsnaut. Talked about which head coaches are going to be on the hot seat for 2021. I wanted to see what you thought, chat. Do you agree with this? Specifically, I'm talking to you, Cowboys fans. They got Mike McCarthy on the hot seat after one game. One season. Maybe one game. One season, Mike McCarthy's already on the hot seat because he went 6-10 without Dak Prescott. Is that even fair? Granted, they weren't, what were they? 2-2 before Prescott got hurt? Okay. They weren't blown, but that doesn't mean they weren't going to recover from that. I don't think you can hold Mike McCarthy accountable for what happened last season when he lost his quarterback. His bajillion-dollar quarterback, it turns out. So I think on this list right now, when I look at it, there's definitely one name I wouldn't have on here, and that would be Mike McCarthy. Now, if you want to talk to me about Vic Fangio, Zach Taylor, also Zach Taylor probably doesn't seem fair simply because you got a young rookie quarterback. This is a young team that's good. Let's let it play out. I don't think I have Zach Taylor on the hot seat just yet. 2 years from now, if there's still an exercise in futility, then yeah. But I think the glaring one here is Mike McCarthy. Next one on the list that surprised me to see it was Cliff Kingsbury. Cardinals making stuff happen. GM's making things happen. I think if you go next year without some success in the playoffs, then you put him on the hot seat. But to already have him on the hot seat, I'm going to disagree with that. John Gruden, okay, the Raiders have been threatening to be good for a while now. I think Gruden has had an opportunity. It's kind of what's going on over there with Mike Mayock, and some of the decisions they make are questionable. So I see why John Gruden's on. Cliff Kingsbury, Vic Fangio, sure. Zach Taylor, give him a little shot longer. Mike McCarthy, definitely don't think he should be on the hot seat yet. And then Matt Nagy of the Bears. Now that's a guy who I think needs to be there. Of all the ones that make the most sense on, I mean, Vic Fangio, what has he had to try to prove himself with that he's fumbled and messed up? He hadn't had shit out in Denver. But Matt Nagy has had opportunities with the Bears, and it ain't happening, famo. I think of all the names on here, the one that belongs the most, Matt Nagy. The one that belongs the least, Mike McCarthy. The rest, I could argue with you, and you could argue with me, and you could probably convince me to go one way or the other on the rest. But those bottom two are the ones that do and don't make the most sense to me. So CC said, I disagree. I had higher expectations and they seem to make poor decisions. Okay, but that you also don't know how those decisions would have worked with a good quarterback. I don't think you can judge a coach that loses his star quarterback for going 6-10. I mean, if Dak Prescott is worth a win or two, now you're talking 7-9, 8-8, and that division, you're making the playoffs. So I would reserve judgment. And I mean, all of a sudden now he's not a good in-game decision guy. He seemed to be doing fine in Green Bay. Of course, he had Aaron Rodgers. Of course, he'll have Dak Prescott. So let it play out, Cowboys fans. Don't rush to judgment so quickly. Jen's about to stab somebody. I said what I said. Okay, I'm just telling you. You said what you said, but it's wrong. All right, so that was I found that to be interesting. That was the hot seats. All right, it's 2:55. Let's get to a break. You guys stick around. You guys. We did get to 51. Thank y'all. Love you for the 50 likes. Just for that, I'm going to show my titties. No. I'll lose even more people. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. 5 minutes. I have to pee so bad. When we come back, I still want to show you Lincoln Riley's brisket. That's not a euphemism for his dick. He actually made brisket and it looks awful. Stick around. Worse than Lance Zierlein's brisket. Charles Barkley went viral for a video. Somebody thought that Bruce Campbell got in a fight at a Walmart. I've got that video. We will actually, people. Oh my God. We're actually going to do a film session in hour number 2. Plus, we're going to talk about this Q Into the Storm series that I watched on HBO Max. It was fascinating. I like that. And a whole lot more. Don't go anywhere. This is Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. Stick around through the break. When we come back, more shenanigans. See you in a second. I'm Barry Laminack, and this isn't what happened in sports. Let's start in the NBA, where trade deadline was this week, and I don't want to give too much away, said anyone dealing with the Rockets. The Rockets traded Victor Oladipo to the Miami Heat for a couple of random dudes and a pick swap. At this point, I feel like the Rockets are just every team's Make-A-Wish Foundation. Lou Williams got traded to his dream destination and favorite place to score, Magic City Gentlemen's Club. I bet he can't wait to try the wings again. The Miami Heat announced that for their game on April 1, they will open a, quote, vaccinated-only section for fully vaccinated fans. All the other sections will just be reserved for Karens. Oh, and we're told there will be some space available for the unvaccinated in the boxes as well. Warriors coach Steve Kerr said in an interview that he enjoyed last year's losing season more than the previous year when they reached the finals. Hey Steve, if you like losing, boy do I have a team for you. In other sports news, according to a new report, several NFL teams that were interested in Deshaun Watson have now decided to move on without him. Of course, turning him down hasn't stopped him before. Now when you hear a whistle blow, it could be the referee or another woman. Bryce Harper was recently spotted pumping gas in his Phillies uniform, and unlike the Phillies, he got exactly what he paid for it. Minnesota Duluth beat North Dakota in the NCAA hockey tournament. In the 5th overtime period of the game lasted over 6 hours, which is the longest players have been on ice since Colin Kaepernick. In a video post by the WWE corporate trainer, 75-year-old Vince McMahon was seen squatting 1,000 pounds. The only thing weighing him down more is XFL debt. Those are the legs of a guy who gets up 5 times a night to pee. Champion freediver Alexei Mikhonov broke another world record last week after diving 262 feet on a single breath. And if you think that's impressive, Deshaun Watson's been holding his breath for weeks now. Oscar De La Hoya just said he's making a return to boxing. God, I hope he means he's gonna go work at a shipping company. 3 of the current UFC champions are Africans, which isn't surprising because this group of guys grew up eating something called pounded yam. They literally eat whoop ass for breakfast. And finally, horse jockey Adrian McCarthy was suspended for 6 months for testing 1,000 times over British horse racing's cocaine limit. I think we have a picture of him. Authorities became suspicious when he reached the finish line before his horse, winning by a nose. I'd say he needs to take a long look in the mirror, but I think that's part of the problem. McCarthy said he got bored during COVID and was doing cocaine 3 to 4 times a day. Could somebody please give this dude their Netflix password? My favorite part of this story is there's apparently an acceptable level of cocaine where the British are like, yeah, that's fine. I mean, no more than that, but that level's okay. I'm Barry Laminack. That's not what happened in sports. Daddy's making a YouTube video! Hey, welcome back to hour number 2 with Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for sticking around through the break. You're never going to guess what I was doing during the break. Guess. Take a wild guess in the chat what I was doing during the break. Guess. Want to hear this? What was Barry doing during the break?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Not that. No, I peed after that. Not cocaine, Terrence. Terrence said cocaine. No, Terrence, it wasn't cocaine. No, it wasn't pooping. I did pee. And that would be if I were doing hotter, colder, warmer, whatever. Terrence, cold, very cold. Very cold. Very warm. Peeing was warm, not because of the peeing, but you're warm at the guess. Third hour was fun on Friday. I was not pooping. I was not rubbing one out. I did not shart. Although whenever you're wrong about a fart can be bad. Cleaning up Oliver's pee. Oh, that's a pretty good guess, CC. No. Why is my nose itching? Nose itches. Fixing my toilet. The goddamn handle on the toilet, not on the outside, the flusher, but on the inside, you know, it's got the arm with the chain connected to it that lifts up the flapper. And then the water, I don't know why I had to do a toilet for you. So that little arm that connects to the handle that flushes snapped as I went to flush I flushed the toilet after peeing and it just snapped. I was like, what the fuck? I lift the lid off and the entire arm snapped off. So not only did I have to reach into the toilet water and pull the stopper up myself to let the water go down to flush the piss out, I now am going to have to repair that. I wish I was smoking a fatty, Terrence. I'm now going to have to repair that nasty ass shit myself. No, Luis. It's 15 minutes, not 5. All right, let's get to this. I promised you guys. Well, actually, whoa. Time out. Before we go any further, Katie sent me $5 and said, "Free me, damn it." Katie, I'm sorry, buddy. That was unintentional. The mods got a little out of control. And I apologize for that. I also missed a super chat from Fidel Limon, I believe. I got P. Jones's super chat. Golf with CC and VB and Rep the Deckheads. Where did I miss? No, it wasn't Fidel. Who was it that sent one? It's in here somewhere. Where the fuck did it go? There it goes. Truck and Taco. I almost missed it, Truck and Taco. He said, I missed $5 Friday. Buddy, I love you. You didn't need to do that. I appreciate you, famo. Thank you for your $5 Friday on a Monday. All is welcome. Yeah, Fidel, it wasn't you. But yeah, you raggedy. It was Taco. Thank you, Cece. See, y'all got to keep me in line. Katie sent me $5. She said, free me, damn it. You are free, Katie. Okay. Before we get into these fights and Charles Barkley going viral and Lincoln Riley's brisket and QAnon, let's talk a little college basketball. I did watch, believe it or not, I watched some college basketball this weekend. Final Four, I finally could give a shit. I mean, I watched the Cougs play in the Elite Eight and all that, and it was great, whatever. Sad days for your Cougs run to the national championship game. Just ran into a buzzsaw in Baylor, and I got to be honest with you, I was listening to ESPN 97.5 on Friday, I think it was, driving around. I forget what I was doing, and I heard AJ Hoffman say, look, I have bad news, Cougs fans, but this is the end of the line. Baylor is just that much better. Now, I don't watch college basketball, so I didn't know if it was true or not. I'll say this, AJ has been known to be a little bit of a Houston sports hater. He'll never admit it. He would never own it, but he does revel in being right about the demise and the misery of Houston sports. Let's be real. He also says he's not an Aggie hater. 1,000% true. Not true. But he was, not high on the Cougars' opportunities of beating Baylor. And I thought, you know what? I don't watch college basketball. He might be right. But I think that the Cougars' defense lends itself to keeping them in most games. Boy, was I wrong, because they got outplayed in every facet of the game that they were good at, which is defense, offensive rebounding, hustle. Baylor was just better at all that, plus shooting, plus pressuring, plus keeping the pressure on. Baylor was just the better basketball team, period. It showed in the game. I mean, you early on, first 2-3 minutes of the game, you thought, okay, this is going to be a good game. Suck it, AJ. And then the wheels came off, and Baylor was just the better basketball team. And there's no shame in that. But U of H did get beat in everything that they have hung their hats on, and that's defense and hustle and rebounding and getting loose balls and getting 50-50 balls and all that stuff. They just got beat, and Baylor has better shooters. Baylor was just better all over. But I'm not upset. I mean, the Cougs, they got something to build on. This is good. I look forward to this franchise doing this, or this college, this team doing this. As long as Kelvin Sampson is there, we'll see if this is a stepping stone opportunity for him. But you have nothing to be ashamed about, Cougar fans. And congratulations to all the Baylor Bear fans out there. Sick 'em, go. I'll be rooting for Baylor just because they're a Texas team. Amazing what Drew has done with that program, turning it around from when it was in the doldrums after all the scandal. You got to give that man a lot of credit. Stephen Drew has done an amazing job with that Baylor program, getting them back to a national championship. Well done. Well done. White Magic says Zags by 12. Probably. Although if UCLA can give them fits, Baylor's better than UCLA. I'll tell you that, because I watched that Zags UCLA game as well. I think and I saw somebody else, I forget who said it. I think it was Barkley, which, by the way, I don't need to see Kenny Smith and Charles Barkley doing halftimes for college basketball. It's obvious they know as much about college basketball as I do, which ain't shit. They know jack shit about college basketball. Clark Kellogg and whoever else, cool, throw them out there. Dinky V, baby, or whoever else. But I don't need to see Kenny and Chuck. And I love those guys. I just don't need to see them talking college basketball. It's like Stephen A. Smith talking boxing. I'm good, fam. I'm good. Let Max do it. Stephen don't know shit about MMA or boxing. Let Stephen A. Smith talk basketball. But, yeah, this game is going to be, I think it's going to be a really good basketball game tonight. I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually going to watch it. CC said, man, that UCLA Zags game was one of the best I've seen in a long time, and I'm an old as fuck. Yeah, that was a really good basketball. UCLA shocked the world being an 11 seed and doing what they did. You know how many ones they beat? I think, what they say, they beat 3 ones in the tourney? Or 2? No, it can't be 3 ones. That would be weird. But maybe it was all higher seeds. I don't remember what it was, but what they were doing was amazing. It's like they beat higher seeds in every single round until they lost to Gonzaga. And it took overtime and a miracle shot to beat them. So that's why I say Baylor has a legitimate shot. I don't know what, yeah, it couldn't have been 3, CC, because they would put them in two brackets. That shot, Donna, holy shit. It's like he meant it. It wasn't just luck. It's like he meant it. Oh shit, that's right, Terrence. They did come from the playing game. Well done, UCLA. Number 2 in my heart. I'm into tonight's game because I watched both of those games on Saturday. So I'm looking forward to it. I was supposed to sidecast it with Kyle King, but he can't get his technology game together. So that won't be happening. I'll just be shooting Barry on sports and editing and watching the game. So that'll be fun. I missed a super chat. Yes, I did. Nope, that's Truck and Tacos. I got that. I feel like that was it. Ray wants to know how many shots I can do before Nora gets home. No, you're not getting me in trouble, Ray. Nice try. No. I got shit to do. No, Francisco. No. Uh-oh. Did Sam Darnold really get traded? Is this breaking news, or are you guys just making shit up? Who did he get traded into where? What happened? ESPN.com. Let's see. Sources UNC to tab Hubert Davis as Roy Williams' successor. That's a breaking news on the front page of ESPN. I don't see Sam Darnold trade anywhere. What? Yeah, I don't see that on the breaking news. So we'll have to wait until we can get confirmation that it's a thing. Nagy's taking back Bears play call. Yeah, I don't see the Sam Darnold thing. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm afraid you guys may have gotten what's the dude's name that's the go-to? Here, yeah, Sam Darnold is trending on Twitter. Let's see. Adam Schefter filed to ESPN. Jets trading QB Sam Darnold to the Carolina Panthers for a 2021 6th round pick and 2nd and 4th round in 2022 per sources. So the Jets get a 2, 4, and 6 for Sam Darnold, and Carolina gets Sam Darnold. Ian Rappaport also reporting it. No offense, Chad. I just got to make sure. Yeah. How did that all start? How did the Lambeau? I was making up shit, right? So the Jets trade Sam Darnold to Carolina for a 2 and a 4 in 2022 and a 6 in 2021. Yeah. That might be what that means. Absolutely. Polynesian bomb. I mean, if I'm Carolina, really? That's who you're rocking with. Because, Carolina was heavily pursuing Deshaun Watson. And then there were reports that they were deciding now what they were going to do. Were they going to move up? Were they going to grab somebody? Pretty steep fall from Deshaun Watson to your backup plan being Sam Darnold. I think if you're going to trade a 2, 4, and a 6, mix it with something else and move up in the draft and get who you want to get as a young quarterback. Sam Darnold, man, I just wouldn't touch that dude. Yeah, I know that, but I'm saying, I understand. What I'm saying is I started doing fake lamb bombs. Did he come up with it? I don't remember who came up with it. Lambbaum started episode 100 during Trey Tutson's segment. He said if you had the sound to celebrate episode 100 and you hit the sound. Oh, shit. Brendan Martinez is like the fucking Barry on Deck historian. I'm here for it. That's what's up. I like that he's wearing a Screw House shirt in his thing, too. So, yeah, he's a redhead. That don't mean shit. Okay, back on track. So we verified that that's true. We have talked about the Cougs. Let's get to this fight. So... hold on. Let me just set this up first. I got to do this right.
And now it's time for a film session.
All right, so we've got a film session today. As we usually do with film sessions, usually it's fighting. And this film session is no different. Now, they said that this was Bruce Campbell, ex-NFLer Bruce Campbell. That was the initial reports. This is not true. This is not Bruce Campbell. But this is a big dude. And he's going to fight some dude in a Walmart. And we're going to see how it goes. And we're going to, quite frankly, discuss how it all went down. Now, I want to warn you, the use of the N-word is prevalent in this video. I am going to, the one guy that uses it first is an African-American gentleman. The lady behind the camera, I don't know if she is or isn't. My nose won't stop itching. Oh my God, it's driving me nuts. But she uses it. I want to apologize for that in advance. The views reflected by the guy that's about to get knocked the fuck out and the lady behind the camera do not reflect that of Barry on Deck or Barry Laminack. YouTube, don't fuck with me. Yeah, Fidel said we're going to Twitch if we get kicked off of YouTube. I'm going to tell you right now, if I play this video and they kick me off, I'm done. Like literally tomorrow. I mean, this show will be done for the day and starting tomorrow, we will be on Twitch. Fact. 1000% fact. Should have done a film session with the Paul Pierce video. Okay. Well, here it is. Maybe I can like mute it. But here's your film session in a Walmart. You ready?
I know what that nigga problem is, but
well, I missed it.
Come do something, motherfucker. Come do something, motherfucker.
Okay, now, anytime a dude that big tells you to come do something, motherfucker, like you got to be a little worried already. That's a big dude. That's a big dude. Now, they were saying that that's Bruce Campbell. That's definitely not Bruce Campbell, but I think it was just somebody being facetious and making a joke. But if I'm at a Walmart and you want me to fight somebody, that's not the guy that I'm like, when he says come do something, I'm not like, yeah, I'm ready to go do something against that big motherfucker. No, and I'm not doing that. Louis said if you get kicked off, it serves as proof YouTube is QAnon. Okay, here we go.
Come do something, motherfucker. Come do something, motherfucker. I'm over here. I don't give a fuck where you at.
So here's what's happening. The guy that wants to fight him, you just see him to the right of your screen. He's on the other side there. And they're like, come do something, motherfucker. And he's like, I'm over here. And he's like, I don't care where you are. This is all posturing. This is, they're not wanting to fight, but they're wanting to talk like they're fighting, and no one wants to show that they're scared. Now, I gotta say, once you see this dude step from beside,
gangster. This dude look a little swole though.
Yeah, he is swole. She's right.
He's been scrapping since he was little, but he
dude look like he finna pull out the blick. This dude look like he got hands. This nigga look like he got hands out.
So the ladies seem to think the one guy on the backside has a weapon. I'm breaking this down like white guys. Now, what she said, let me explain what she said here. She said the one guy has a weapon, and this other guy looks like he is proficient at the fisticuffs. That's what she meant by has hands. All right, so here he goes. This is our other actor in this participation. Now, when they square up, now, okay, we saw the other guy. If you had to lay money right now, you got old boy here and these, I don't know what these cross-color pants are he's wearing. What kind of yellow patch? It looks like he's got that fucking dustpan on his, like, you see that yellow dustpan over there? It looks like that's what's on his pants. I'm not taking dustpan guy in a fight. Okay? When you look at these dudes square up, hold up. What? Come on, fam. This don't even look fair. It looks like the dude in the back is actually hulking up right now. He's like, It's like he's literally getting bigger. No, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad Terrence got that reference. One person got the cross colors reference. So here we go. Let's get it. Oh, okay. Now, can everybody please put their fucking hands up and stop throwing these looping ass punches? All right, let's back it up for a second here. So my little guy right here, them pants, that's the only questionable thing about this video. And then look how he walks. He's like throwing his fist down. I don't know why you're doing that. Pull your pants up. Don't fight with your pants sagging. Neither one of them have their hands up. I'd also like to point out that the manager, I don't know what he's saying, but I feel like, you see him, he's trying to stop the guy. This is a half-hearted attempt at stopping the fight. Watch him right here. He throws his hands out. He's like, guys, come on. Are we really going to do this? So here we go into the fight, right? Now, yeah, tried. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he really tried to stop him. Hey, listen, fella, it's not worth it. It's not, no, okay. So here we go. I want to point out first punch thrown by big guy, okay? First of all, he ducks his head and just lunges and pushes old boy, like right here. So Cross Colors throws a left hook while big guy, what's that doing? We're going to call him Green Mile. Cross Colors throws a left hook while Green Mile just pushes him. So right now, that's bad news. Green Mile gets clipped on the back of the ear. Watch.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, that back of the ear will make you lose your balance real fast. That's what's happened. So now you're trying to okay. Down goes Frazier. This is, oh, God. Oh, jeez. Come on, big guy. What happened? Oh, my God. She stopped recording. Okay, so let's break down what happened here. I know y'all didn't see that coming. Big guy got his ass whooped. Here's what happened. It all fell apart on the first punch. My guy got hit behind the ear. Once that happens, you get all loopy and you lose your balance. All right. So Green Mile lost his balance from the jump, and that was it. Once he lost his balance, now you're all like, now it's kind of like you're fighting drunk. It's not going to work. My guy is gangster though. Cross Colors didn't give a shit. He stayed in that pocket. He's throwing them hands. Okay. So Green Mile gets knocked loopy right here. This is sad. If you just took a screenshot of this, that's sad news right there. That's bad news when you're on all fours in a fight. He just self-checked himself. CC, you know what would have been great, CC? If he punched that motherfucker and the scanner went boop. Oh my God, CC, that's hilarious. So, okay. Oh, boop, right there. One knockout to go. Boop. He scanned him. He scanned him like a bitch. Boop. Somebody needs to redo this video and put that sound effect in there right there. Right there. Just like, hey. Oh man, that is so funny. So right here, I think this is where you're already dizzy. You know, and already got scanned. His hands are on discount. That's why he lost. He bought his hands on discount. Okay, I guarantee you he got them fists on discount. So then he catches a full price ass whooping right here. None of these punches are really landing, but I want to remind you he's dizzy. So now that's the next left hook that lands right there. Down goes Frazier. Ooh-wee. What do we got over there? Is those keys? I don't know what that is. But look at this. By the way, I would just like to point out. Told it, I said, boop, you need Tylenol. Boop, you're out. Green Mile got zero scrap. None. Green Mile got his ass whooped at every turn in this fight. It didn't go good at all for him. Now, like right here, you're looking at this. This dude, they're almost the same height, and Green Mile is laying on his stomach. That's how bad this was. Okay, so then you look the wrong way, Green Mile. Like he looked back. Look, he looked back like, is that, where'd he go? Where'd he go? You're like, Surprise, he's behind you. Now, I wanted you to see two things because you probably didn't notice this, chat. One, look at the manager. He never really moved from where he was at. Once this fight kicked off, the manager just stood there and he's like, okay, boop, we got to check that. What's going on here? The manager literally stayed there the whole time and he's watching. You got a lady in the background up against the wall. She's watching. Old girl in the yellow has showed up. Now, I think my theory is old girl in the yellow is with Green Mile. Because now she's seeing that he's catching a natural ass whooping. Like, this is an organic ass whooping. You don't get this ass whooping on the regular aisle. Old boy went to the organic area and got this ass whooping. This is a natural, organic ass whooping. And so, see, now she's like, leave him alone. Come on, baby, do something to Green Mile. Just got dropped. Now she's like, break it up. But can we point out that she was filming this the whole time? Filming it now that he's done. Man, that did not go good. That did not go good at all. And the moral of the story is, the bigger they are, the harder they fall, right? Never be scared, because I don't give a fuck how big some of these cats are out there. Some of y'all don't know how to fight. Some of you just don't know how to fight. I'm telling you guys, my man lost that when he went to shove the guy and the guy left hooked him behind the ear. That was the end of the fight. I guess you could say at that moment he was checked out.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Okay. So there's your film session. Yeah, that's true. Definitely not MMA. Yeah, could have taken his back, choked him out, all that shit. Oh, you're bigger? Let me grab a bigger caliber. What? No, don't time me out, raggedy. I got to time myself out. Listen. Mute next time. Time myself. Bitch. Strike first, strike hard. Well, that's the thing. Don't push nobody in a fight. Once you're that close, like, unless you're going to be like, you know what? I'm not fucking with you. I'm an adult. I'm not, and just walk away. But don't go to push somebody as your first move. You need to be throwing a hand. That's just self-defense 101. So that was that. Now, the other thing I wanted to bring up, that was an okay fight. CC, I love that part though. He got checked out. He's self-checked out. Charles Barkley apparently went viral with this next video. I didn't see when this happened. Apparently it was on the TNT broadcast. But I found it to be really interesting. And this is one of the few times where I'm like, okay, Barkley, go ahead. I dig this. Check this out. This was Barkley during a TNT broadcast when he was talking about black people and white people and politics. Don't go anywhere. Don't bail on me yet. Calm down. Just watch the video.
Shared that news, how painful it was.
Yeah, but the one thing I took out of that piece was, man, I think most white people and black people are great people. I really believe that in my heart. But I think our system is set up where our politicians, whether they're Republicans or Democrats, are designed to make us not like each other so they can keep their grasp of money and power. They divide and conquer. I truly believe in my heart most white people and black people are awesome people. But we're so stupid following our politicians, whether they're Republicans or Democrats. And their only job is, hey, let's make these people not like each other. We don't live in their neighborhoods. We all got money. Let's make the whites and blacks not like each other. Let's make rich people and poor people not like each other. Let's scramble the middle class. I truly believe that in my heart.
What you think? What you think? I found that to be interesting, especially after the show that I watched this weekend. And by the way, it wasn't TNT. I just saw obviously not. Yeah. Amos says, holy shit, Charles finally gets it. Why do you think that's dumb, Total Dallas? Keith Sager says facts. I'm curious as where you guys all stand on this. Okay, so see, yeah, true that. Total Dallas. It is conspiratorial. Let me explain this though. I watched on HBO Max, by the way, going to be a lot of spoiler alerts. If you don't want to know about Q Into the Storm, this documentary about QAnon, you're probably going to want to come back later. But what Barkley says on surface sounds conspiratorial, right? It sounds like a bunch of hogwash, a bunch of willy-nilly. Like, okay, Charles, nobody's planning and plotting that much. And I normally, I would agree with you. Normally, I'd be like, yeah, no one's that devious. They're just politicians. All they really care about is getting elected. Yep. That's all. See, and that's, Keith, that would have been my thought. Normally, I'm like, yeah, there's no conspiracy. It's just like, hey, I want to run. I got to make money. I'm going to toe the party line, even if I don't agree with it, because that's how you make money and keep your job. There's nobody over here pulling levers and dividing the middle class and doing all that shit. It's ridiculous. And then I watched this QAnon documentary. Now, I think QAnon is fucking ridiculous. If you are watching this and you believed in the QAnon movement, you're a fucking idiot. You are a fucking moron. If you think people are eating babies, if you think politicians and actors and actresses in Hollywood are legitimately eating babies as part of a satanic cult and cabal, you are a fucking moron and you are too dumb to have the fucking internet. I just want you to know that before we go any further. If the numbers plummet, and we're at 60. If we dip below 60, there are some of you dumb fuck QAnon believers watching this. Now, I am not talking about conservatives. I am not talking about Republicans. I am not talking about that. I am talking about those of you that think Joe Biden eats babies or fucking whoever is eating babies. You're a fucking moron if you do. So now that we have that out of the way, I never was a conspiracy theory guy. I have never been that guy that believes in conspiracy theories. So all this shit that they've been posting about QAnon is crazy. But when you watch the documentary, what you learn is that what Trump has done and the people that he surrounded himself with were absolutely pulling levers and doing things to not just get reelected, but to divide us in many ways. I'm not blaming Trump necessarily. What I'm saying is that the misinformation and the tactics that were used, it's not as crazy as you think. So I say that to say, when you watch something like this Q Into the Storm documentary on HBO, and then you hear Barkley say that, it doesn't become that far-fetched to me. I'm not normally a guy that subscribes to that. I'm not normally a guy that believes in conspiracies when it comes to politicians. I don't, do I think JFK was assassinated alone? Was Lee Harvey Oswald? No. I mean, I believe in some of that. Did we land on the moon? Yes. I'm not that fucking guy, right? I don't think there are people out there eating babies. Do I think there's sex trafficking? Yes. Do I think that Epstein did what he did? Absolutely. But I also think there's some middle ground and not the extreme right or the extreme left. I think somewhere in the middle lies the truth, as is the case in most things. But this documentary was fascinating. And if you haven't seen Q, I didn't know a lot about QAnon. I really didn't know what it was. So I watched it just from the standpoint of educating myself about what is QAnon? What is the movement? This is a group of people that relied on an anonymous internet person named Q to feed them information that a lot of times would become true. So it made them believe in what he said or she said even more. And then as they would say, well, they're satanic and they eat babies and they traffic and they do this and that, people were like, yeah, this has got to be true because he's right about these other things. So they've got to be eating babies. I mean, like, of course Hillary Clinton is fucking eating babies. It's probably her new diet. How does she stay so slim? Babies. She's just fucking eating babies. That's what she does. She's just a baby eater. Yeah, they're just funneling babies through a pizzeria. And all of this doesn't seem crazy at all. None of that seems crazy. So I'm watching the beginning of it like, holy fuck, are we serious? Well, spoiler alert. It turns out that Q is just some fucking weirdo living in the Philippines saying shit on the internet because he's a wild conspiracy theorist guy. He's not a fucking patriot. They thought Donald Trump was Q for a very long time. They were like, oh, Q's gotta be Trump. No, Q's name is Ron. Hey, Ron. Ron lives in the Philippines, and he's all talking to us about being patriotic Americans. Bitch, you don't even live here, you raggedy hoe. So Ron's out here throwing out wild ass accusations and conspiracies, and they're becoming right, and he looks like he knows what the fuck he's talking about. And what I think is happening, and they don't really go into this part, but he's obviously getting some information somewhere along the way. And that leads to the point that Barkley was saying. In some ways, yeah, they do want to divide us. In some ways, yeah, they do have these plans and these plots to do certain things. Is it as bad as QAnon makes it out to be? No. But is it like, hey, you know, if we can keep up the division, if everyone's getting along, that's not beneficial to a lot of these folks. There are legitimately 2 people in Congress right now who believe QAnon was real. By the way, guess what? Q hasn't posted since December. After Trump lost the election, no more Q. So all those theories are gone. All the baby eating bullshit. Oh, all of a sudden, I mean, I don't know. I don't really have an explanation. We'll just all be friends now. Legitimately, that's what it is. Hey, well, we all learned some stuff. Let's all be friends and move forward. What? You had these motherfuckers storming the Capitol, and now we're just all supposed to be like, it's whatevs. It's crazy. It's dangerous. And Trump used it to his advantage. And there were people like Steve Bannon that were supposedly thought to be Q. Just watch the documentary. It is fascinating. If you don't know a lot about QAnon like me, I was ignorant. I had no idea what it was about. But I found it fascinating, and I also found it so sad to see how many gullible people out there believed this shit. This is why the Capitol got stormed. It's not because these people hated America. They thought they loved America. They thought they were patriots. They thought they were doing the right. They thought Hillary Clinton eats babies. Will I ever say that people are too stupid to vote? No, but I'd listen to your argument after watching some of this shit. People are fucking dumb. Dumb. Yeah, that's the other funny part. He's not even a fucking American. People are crazy dumb. And when you see these people, like legitimately, it is a fascinating document. But at the end, they're literally marching with one of the guys that they think is Q or you know, supposedly a part of the QAnon thing. And he's at the Capitol riots. He's part of the insurgency and he's celebrating it. What I'm telling you folks is, at the end of the day, 2 guys, a father and son, were able to orchestrate an entire movement from their computers in the Philippines, which resulted in the storming of our Capitol. Now, is Trump to blame partly because he allowed it? Yes. Is Donald Trump Jr. and Flynn and some of these other fucking weirdos that were claiming all this? Absolutely. But the fuel for that fire was QAnon. Unbelievable. And when you sit back and you see, like, one person actually went on CNN and apologized to Anderson Cooper because he said, Anderson, I'm sorry I fell into this. I legitimately thought you drank the blood of babies. What the fuck? It is so fascinating. And the fact that so many people could be so gullible to fall into this. You had QTubers and shit. What? Unbelievable. I mean, I highly recommend if you don't have HBO Max that you try to get it or watch this. It was worth it to me because I didn't know shit about QAnon. I was like, oh, they're just crazy people, right? I didn't know, like, these are legitimate people. Some of them are fucking in Congress now. Pretty fucking wild. Highly recommend the documentary, though. Very eye-opening. Pretty crazy. Pretty wild ride. 6 episodes. What is this? Who? Who did that? I love how he went from you can't believe everything you read on the internet to I read it online. Oh, you're talking about Trump. Yeah, I don't know about that. Pretty wild though. Pretty fucking wild. What is this? Y'all should look into the Georgia Guide Stones. I don't know what that is. What is that? I don't know what that is. Yep. That's a fact, P. Jones. People actually believe this shit. Go watch it, though. HBO Max is called Q Into the Storm. Oh, my God. It's so good. Watch it. Hit me up on Twitter. Message me. I want to know your thoughts. Yeah, it was good shit. Okay. Back to, by the way, I'm sorry. I was looking at my YouTube dashboard, and apparently somebody has already posted a comment. It's spam, though. Okay. Jesus. Get out of here. Fucking spammers. So, where did it go? Q Into the Storm, Barkley. Oh, let's get to this Lincoln Riley thing. So, Lincoln Riley made brisket, you guys. Now, I want to point out, I have never made a brisket in my life. I judge, lest not you be judged, right? I have never tried to make a brisket. I certainly don't think I would be good at it, especially at first. I can barely make a good steak unless I sous vide it. I never really make chicken well. Brisket is a thing. I'll leave that to Kobo. Like, I'm not going to be able to make a good brisket. What I wouldn't do is make a dry. I know what a brisket's supposed to look like, and I know what it's not supposed to look like. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I made a brisket that looked like that, there is no goddamn way I'm putting that on the internet. Bro, look at how dry that there is no smoke ring whatsoever. That looks so dry. I don't know what Lincoln Riley did to this brisket, but that don't look right. That looks like bologna. Like wow, that is bad. Your cutting board, by the way, just FYI, if your cutting board is that dry, you didn't make the brisket right. I'm just saying, like, I don't know a lot about brisket, but I'm just telling you, if your cutting board is that dry when you cut it, you didn't make your brisket right. That's Lincoln Riley's brisket. Somebody said that shit looks like beef jerky. They were roasting the shit out of him, no surprise. The internet was not having it. Oh my God, they roasted the shit out of it. In fact, here, I'll share with you, internet's cold as fuck. Best believe, chat, if I ever make a brisket, I'm not showing you motherfuckers what my brisket looks like just so you can slander this man. Look what the internet did. Did y'all pull that out of Jesus's tomb? Because by the way, he made this brisket on Easter. This was his Easter brisket. Somebody asked that man, did you pull that out of Jesus's tomb? Somebody said Jesus came back from the dead on Easter, but not even God could bring back that brisket. Oh my God. Somebody said it was already dead. You didn't have to kill it again. Oh Lord, have mercy. And then this dude, I don't know who this guy is, but he teaches you how to make a brisket. Look, all I'm saying is, if you don't know how to make a brisket and you try to make a brisket, good for you. Lincoln Riley, you tried to make a brisket. My dad makes brisket. It's okay. He ain't the best brisket maker in the world. He ain't the worst. You know, sometimes it's dry, sometimes it's not. But please, for the love of all things meaty, don't post that shit on the internet. If that motherfucker looks like charcoal on the inside and the outside, you fucked up. There was no smoke ring, by the way. Did you notice that? Where's the smoke ring on this brisket? My dude, all he did, he put this shit on broil and threw that in the oven. I guarantee you. Well, I like that Lance turned off his comments on the brisket that actually looked pretty good. See, at least Lance kept going. You know, look, you guys can be dicks. You guys can be assholes about stuff like that. You guys can hurt some motherfuckers' feelings. We all got feelings, okay? Internet. Yeah, if I'm Lance and I made a brisket, or I'm Lincoln Riley and I made a brisket like that and you guys roasted me, I would feel bad. But I also probably wouldn't put this picture of this brisket on the internet. What I would have done The smart play here, I know Lincoln Riley knows at least one barbecue guy. At least one. I would have cut up that brisket. I mean, one, I know what a brisket's supposed to look like already. I've never made one. I don't have a smoker. I have a gas grill out there. I ain't making a brisket on a gas grill, and I'm not buying a smoker to make a brisket once a year. I just don't, fuck it. I'll just go buy brisket. But I know what a brisket is supposed to look like. That ain't it. So as soon as I cut this thing open and see that, here's what I do. Even if I didn't know. The smart play here, take a picture of it, forward that shit to your barbecue buddy, and be like, hey fam, does this look right? And he's going to be like, what the fuck is that? That's a brisket. No. That's a missed it. You missed it, homie. That is not a brisket. You fucked that all up. And then you're like, okay, well then I'm not posting this. Appreciate you, fam. I'm going to throw this. I'm going to give this to the dog. And then the dog was like, oh, hell no, you're not. Got me choking and shit on that dry ass brisket. As soon as you cut into that motherfucker, powder flew up in there. No. Tony said Satan wouldn't eat that. Bro, that looks terrible. That's awful. I really want to make a brisket just to see, but I mean, I assumed that it would come out like Lincoln Riley's and you guys would never know because I wouldn't post it. So you guys are dicks though, that's for sure. Man, can y'all hear my stomach growling? God damn. Just chop it up, smother it in barbecue sauce and make sandwiches. No, fam. That's not why you spend all that money and time on a brisket. It's just to have chopped beef sandwiches. No. Where'd it go? Okay, so we're going to stay on food. Because there was this. It's like the turkey in Griswold's Christmas. You cut it open and it just goes. It's fucking hollow on the inside because you cooked it so much. He's saying to salvage the bad one. No, I know what he meant. Throw that whole away. That didn't even look like it would be good smothered in barbecue sauce on a sandwich. Like it legitimately did not look like that would be good at all. You ain't saving that. No. Speaking of food, here's a map of every state's favorite sauce. According to the Googles, this is what people Google in each state. I'm pretty upset about this. More people in this state Google ketchup than anything else. I got a real problem with that. What are we doing, Texas? What I mean, I feel like Lincoln Riley probably put ketchup on that brisket, but what are we doing as a state? Can we not get, like, I fuck with Nevada. I fuck with Arkansas, Tennessee, all them folks over in the South with barbecue sauce. But this ketchup, this is some bullshit, carpetbagging Yankee out east horse shit, Midwest horse shit. How is ranch dressing not here? How is Tabasco? How is Worcestershire sauce, barbecue sauce, gravy? None of that? Ketchup. Ketchup? Are we serious? What did I need to know? Avoid the food channel? Oh, hell. I mean, look, I look at some of these other states. Look at Vermont. How the fuck is Vermont more spicy and flavorful than Texas? Sriracha in Vermont. Not in Texas. We're straight up ketchup, folks. But I'm with you, Terrence. I'm fucking with Oklahoma and the gravy. I'm down for that. Ketchup. That's a goddamn shame. I like that Hawaii is mayonnaise. Is that even a sauce? Is that considered a sauce? Because if you're going to allow mayonnaise on this list, then can we just put queso? Because then we're done, fam. So here's some interesting findings about this. 24 states love classic, if basic, ketchup. After ketchup, tomato sauce, which is basically just thicker ketchup, and then barbecue sauce are the most popular. 4 of the 5 states that favor barbecue sauce are on the South Atlantic coast. Yeah. Even Delaware had barbecue sauce. Maple syrup. Excuse me. My throat is raspy as shit all of a sudden. It says, move over maple syrup. Vermonters have a taste for sriracha. Yeah, we discussed that. Only South Dakota loves ranch the best, which seems like a poor judgment on other states' parts. Yeah. I'm surprised ranch dressing wasn't more, but ketchup gets Googled more than anything else. Sean said ketchup is life. Sean, I swear you should get a 5-minute timeout just for saying ketchup is life. What a dumb statement. What a moron, Sean. Ketchup is life? Get out of here, you weirdo. Tartar sauce is beloved in Alaska and Montana. That's weird. So weird. It says fry sauce is a very Utah staple. What is fry sauce? Let's go. Let's Google Utah fry sauce. I don't even know what that means. A brief history of fry sauce, Utah's favorite condiment. Fry sauce is much more than just a condiment to the people who consider it a beloved staple of Western American food. For those who haven't encountered it, it's called the ultimate dipping sauce. Fry sauce is, as it implies, an equal mix of ketchup and mayonnaise. It says, with the same complexion as Japanese steakhouse yum yum sauce, fry sauce sets itself apart in its simplicity. Some may mistake fry sauce for Thousand Island, but it is just ketchup and mayonnaise. But I guess you could add other shit to it. I don't know about that. Just ketchup. I'm not opposed to combining ketchup and mayo, but there are talks of Worcestershire sauce or chili spices enhanced by a slew of minced pickles, onions, olives, and bell peppers. Okay. So that's what fry sauce is. It's just ketchup and mayo combined. Cane's sauce is not. Cane's is just a remoulade sauce. That's all that is. That's not a fry sauce. You know who has actually a fry sauce? What is the burger joint? Freddy's. Damn, my stomach is the ground. I was going to bring me some Freddy's. Freddy's has a really good fry sauce. I didn't realize it was just ketchup and mustard, but they have a spicy fry sauce and a regular fry sauce. If you ever eat at Freddy's, get the fry sauce. Pretty legitimate. So there was one more thing. It says, while mayo is generally popular with high search volume, only one state favors it. But I don't really think mayo is a sauce. Is it? It's a spread. It's a condiment. I don't know. Nonetheless, there's your sauces. Hey, before we go any further, can I tell you guys about Hemp Vita? Well, good. I'm glad you're letting me because I'm going to anyways. If you don't know about Hemp Vita by now, Hemp Vita, all natural wellness products is what they do. Their CBD is some of the best CBD out there, hands down. And I have some breaking news for Hemp Vita. I was told, guess what? They are upping the dose in their gummies. They are no longer going to be 5 milligrams of CBD. Oh, nay, my friend. From now on, going forward, their CBD gummies will have 25 milligrams of CBD in their gummies, and not just that, but they will also be vegan. So better flavor, or actually I should say the flavor is the same, but better for you. And also just so you're aware, they have a new nighttime only gummy, and it's going to have some extra ingredients in it. And I lost my paper. I would have it for you, but if the gummies before helped you sleep, oh my goodness, you definitely need to try these nighttime gummies. I'm waiting on my order to come in. I can't wait to try that, but they've added like melatonin to it and some other ingredients. And I don't remember. I was looking for the damn paper and I've lost it. But what I'm telling you is this. It's the same products. The tinctures are still good. They've improved the gummies. Yes, Donna even said new and improved gummies are on the way. Good for you, Donna. If you have trouble sleeping at night, maybe you suffer from anxiety, maybe you suffer from joint pain. Guys, put some CBD in your life. It's known to help with all that and more. Check them out. Go to hempvitacbd.com. Use promo code DECKHEAD15. You're going to save 15% on your order. No THC in any of their products, so you don't have to worry about that. You're not failing drug tests. It's hempvitacbd.com. I swear by it. Nora swears by it. So many of the other deckheads swear by it. If you haven't tried it, try it right now. hempvitacbd.com. Don't forget that promo code DECKHEAD15. You're going to save 15% on your order. Yeah. D-Mata said they need to put some THC in it. Well, that's just weed. That's against the law. You can't do that. Yeah, you absolutely can't do that. So, last thing I wanted to get to before we bounce out of here, and I didn't really talk about it last week. I think maybe it happened this weekend, but man, thoughts and prayers out to DMX. If you guys didn't hear about this, the rapper is on life support, battling. There's no brain activity or function. His family is expected to hold a prayer side vigil outside of the White Plains Hospital on Monday, which is today. Had a heart attack over the weekend and was not taken off of life support. There were reports that he was, but sad news. I saw where, and I don't know if it's erroneous, and I don't want to report it as such, but there were people saying it was an overdose, but I haven't seen any factual information about that. So I'm going with what I saw being reported, which was that he had a heart attack. I don't know what caused it. I don't know why. But at this point, does it really matter? The man is fighting for his life. No brain activity. Very sad. So, thoughts go out to his family. Amazing rapper. Loved DMX. One of my all-time favorite workout songs is a DMX. In fact, maybe my all-time favorite workout song is a DMX song. I mean, DMX, he was just one of those dudes that could get you hyped. No matter what, boy, he was ready to go if you heard some DMX. Kind of like Lil Jon was later on, but DMX was the original. Boy, he would get your ass hyped. Not a big dude either. Surprisingly small in stature, but we saw from the film session today, that don't matter. There you go, party up. I'm trying to remember what song it was for me. That was my all-time favorite. I forget the name of it. I just know it's on my list. But yeah, man, prayers out to DMX. Sad to see and hear that's the case. Another rapper in trouble that we don't need to lose. Because, we need good rappers in our life. All right, that is today's show. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, man. I really appreciate you guys being here. Let's do this. I'm not going to start with you, White Magic. White Magic doesn't think DMX was a good rapper. You are wrong. I didn't say great. I didn't say one of the best of all time. He was a good rapper. Yes. Not great. Don't even start with me, White Magic. I'm sick of your shit already. Hey, do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up like Aaron J. Bryan said in the chat. Let's get to 60. I only need 2 more thumbs up for 60. Hit it, bitches. Let's go. And if you haven't subscribed, do that as well. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope you had a happy Easter. I hope you enjoyed today's show. Don't forget, tomorrow on the show, Christopher Hart from the Whiskey Beat Show and podcast is going to be joining me here. Plus a lot more bullshit. Enjoy the national championship game. Enjoy the Astros whooping up on them candy-ass Angels. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Until then, be safe. Be kind. And most importantly, please love each other. See y'all tomorrow. Making a YouTube video!